Somewhere I feel it in my soul. One chance is everything we've waited for. It's our time, so let me take it home and knock it out of this world. Out of this world where we going, yeah. Out of this world, yeah. Out of this world where we going. So come on, let me take it.
Waiting and anticipating just to get a chance so we can be great kings. That time now wasting, no more debating. Today, our future creating. Here when me stating, we want the rating. Open a pray, enough deliberating. No plating, it been frustrating. So we see the better in our life we making. Because life is giving and taking. Unity enough collaborating. You see the boundaries that we breaking. When we should have been celebrating.
This moment is all that I've been dreaming of.
Out of this world.
Somewhere I feel it in my soul.
Champion thing.
One chance is everything we've waited for.
Right now.
It's our time, so let me take it home and knock it out of this world. Out of this world where we going, yeah. Out of this world, yeah. Out of this world where we going. So come on,
So we say we go and win, cause there's no way we giving in. No giving up, so we say we go and bring all of the fight where we are from within. No stalling, so we do it brawling. I can hear the greatness calling. So we're balling is a in-band thing. Champion vibes and we ain't falling. Listen when we sing, so we dip on the grind. So you know, so we have to go and do it this time. So when we combine, all who don't see, we are say them ain't shine. Cause the victory is inside me, I tell you this step on my mind. I could a million times them decline we, but we still go and climb to the top.
this moment is all that I've been dreaming of. Somewhere I feel it in my soul. One chance is everything we've waited for. It's our time, so let me take it home.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Saboto Caesar, Parliamentary Representative, South Central Windward. Representatives from the Ministry of Education. Mr. St. Clair de Santos, the Principal of the North Union Secondary School. Ms. Joan Ryan, featured speaker. Donors, other specially invited guests, staff, graduating class, parents, students, well-wishers, online viewers, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good morning. I would just like to take this opportunity to welcome each and everyone to the 40th annual graduation of and prize giving ceremony of the North Union Secondary School. I'm very much honored to be here this morning, and I was really delighted when I was selected to be the chairperson of today's proceedings. My name is Kenrick Dabrio, and one of the reasons why I'm so honored is because of the fact that I'm a past student of the North Union Secondary School. I graduated 1997, and 2 years after I got enrolled in the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. I retired after 23 years of service, and I'm presently at Gecko River 14 as a site manager. I'm also the president of the North Union Secondary School PTA, and also the South Rivers Methodist. So I'm very much honored to be here. I'll now take this opportunity to invite Mr. Thorpe to do a prayer.
Let's all stand, please. Dear gracious, kind and loving Heavenly Father, we thank you for life, we thank you for strength, and we thank you for the blessings of a brand new day. Father, the students who are gathered here this morning, they have worked very hard over numerous years to get to this day. And their parents and well-wishers would have supported them immensely. And for that, we give you praise and we give you thanks. And so today, as we celebrate with them, I pray that you would help them to continue beyond graduation to push towards excellence so that they can achieve all of their life's desires. I pray that you will put a hand on today's proceedings. May everything be done to your name's honor and glory. Smoothly and efficiently, I pray. In your Son's precious name, amen.
Thank you, Mr. Thorpe. We'll now go into the national anthem. I'm asking kindly that everybody stand, please. Thank you. We'll now join together as we sing this song, Thanks, Thanks, I Give You Thanks. And I know today is the children graduation, and let us try and make this as joyous as possible, please. So blessed, my soul is at rest. Oh Lord, I give you thanks. One more time. Thanks, thanks, I give you thanks for all you have done. I am so blessed, my soul is at rest. Oh Lord, one more time please, and let us sing it joyously. Thanks, 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 I give you thanks for all you have done. So blessed, my soul is at rest. Oh Lord, I give you thanks. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. We have so many things to be grateful for this morning. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank. One more time. We have so many things to be grateful for. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank God for life. Thank Him for the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, for these wonderful teachers and parents. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you, Lord. Thank you very much for that wonderful singing. I will now invite Tiara Ben to do the scripture reading, which will be taken from Joshua 1:9.
A special good morning to everyone. The scripture reading was taken from Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, with whosoever thou goest. This is the word of the Lord.
Thank you, Tiara. You can now please be seated, graduates. I will now like to take this opportunity to welcome the area representative, the Honorable Saboto Caesar, to give brief remarks, please. Let us give him a round of applause. Okay, this is going to be late. Okay. I was just informed that he will be here, but he's running a little bit late. All right? So I'll now invite Mr. K. Garraway, the Deputy Principal, to give brief remarks at this time, please. Let us put our hands together as he comes. Mr. Garraway. Okay, I would just like to invite the Ministry of Agriculture official, Education, Miss Joan Ryan, whom? It's not on the list. I sincerely apologize because I wasn't seeing it on the list. Yeah, so Mrs. K, Mrs. Blake Brown. I'll now invite Mrs. Blake Brown, a representative from the Ministry of Education, to give brief remarks, please.
Thank you very much, and a pleasant good morning to all. Masters of Ceremony and Chairperson, President of the PTA North Union Secondary School, Mr. Kenrick Dabrio, Principal of the North Union Secondary School, Mr. St. Clair De Santos, Deputy, Mr. Kwazi Galloway, staff, the entire staff and ancillary of the North Union Secondary School, featured speaker, Ms. Joan Ryan, donors, other specially invited guests, staff, graduating class of 2024 of the North Union Secondary School, parents, students, well-wishers, online viewers, ladies and gentlemen, again, a pleasant good morning. I was rather happy when the Honorable Saboto Caesar name was announced. Well, I heard he was not here as yet. When I heard Mr. Kwazi Gawi name was announced, I said, good, because I just felt I was really ready yet to come up here. Well, I'm here now. I find rather all in the program. Nevertheless, you know, it's a good thing to say what I have to say and sit down. Yes. So I bring you greetings on behalf of the entire Ministry of Education and National Reconciliation. As we are all aware, there's a season for everything. And at this time, it's the Graduation Flow 2024. All across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have graduation exercises taking place. So first and foremost, because you are so quiet, I don't know for whatever reason, I would like all of us to give the graduating class 2024 of the North Union Secondary School a rousing round of applause. Yes, graduates, today is your day. You should feel special, and more so your parents and guardians. Teachers, you have prepared the students from Form 1 to Form 5, ensuring that they will receive quality education that will prepare them for life. Additionally, you have exposed the students to core and extracurricular activities to make them rounded citizens suited for this modern civilization. I know over the years, North Union would have been noted for their sporting activities and successes as well, for your agricultural program and other activities. So I know that over the years you have been equipped with quality, experienced teachers who would have laid the groundwork for students who attended North Union Secondary School. We thank you for your endurance, especially during the pandemic and the volcanic eruptions. Your execution of online teaching, engagement with learning recovery, and your support and involvement with numerous initiatives put on by the Ministry of Education. For example, we had the Let's Reap, we have the IMIS, the expansion of TechVoc, capacity building, and other areas to ensure that our students receive quality education. Let us continue to appreciate and value the contributions of teachers over the many years. According to Henry Adams, a teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I can imagine, I have known Mr. DeSantos for many years and been at the North Union Secondary School for so long. He must have taught children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and so on and so forth. So Henry Adams is right. You can never tell when his influence stops. Moreover, what nobler employment or more valuable of state than that of a man who instructs the rising generation. So teachers, sometimes the benefits are not immediately seen. I was a classroom teacher myself, and I would have taught students sometimes you think they will never make it. But later on down the road, you encounter these same students involving further education or holding prominent places in society. So sometimes, as I said, you do not see the immediate effects of your labor, but years later, you see these students bloom and take their rightful places in society. So let's give a round of applause for all the hard-working staff of the North Union Secondary School. Sorry, I missed my place a bit, yeah? Okay, let's continue. At this time, we like to pay special attention to an important individual, Mr. St. Clair de Santos. At this time, I'm going to ask him to stand so everybody can see him. Yes, thank you very much. When a man retires, his wife, especially his family, gets twice as much husband for half as much money. So says Chichi Rodriguez. I hope Mr. DeSantos' wife get more of him now that he is proceeding on retirement. How did we arrive at this juncture today, July 27th, 2024, upon the impending retirement of Mr. St. Clair DeSantis, the longest serving principal at the secondary level in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It began back on the 10th of December, 1985, when Mr. DeSantis entered the teaching profession as a student teacher at the Sandy Bay Anglican School. 1 year later, and in 1986, he was transferred to the South Rivers Methodist School. Mr. DeSantis' thirst for knowledge and advancement within the teaching profession led him to pursue teacher training at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers College. In 1992, he was conferred the title of Qualified Assistant Teacher, now Teacher 3, and was posted at his former school, the South Rivers Methodist School. By 1993, the Ministry of Education saw it fit to transfer Mr. DeSantis from the South Rivers Primary School to the North Union Secondary School to teach social studies. So Mr. DeSantis has been assigned to this school for just over 30 years. It is from this school that he went on to the University of the West Indies to obtain a bachelor's degree in 1998. In a memo dated 11th February 2000, then Chief Education Officer wrote the following ahead of Mr. DeSantis' ascension to the role of graduate teacher. His contribution to the development of the students in his care is considered of immense value. On the 1st of October 2002, Mr. DeSantis was appointed to the role of principal of the North Union Secondary School, a position he held for 21 years and some months. Even though we are here celebrating this enormous achievement today, Mr. DeSantis' tenure of principal officially comes to an end on the 24th of April 2025. He proceeds on pre-retirement leave from the 10th of July to 10th of July 2024. Mr. DeSantis, on behalf of the Ministry of Education, National Reconciliation, Honorable Curtis King, the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Mickelberg, Chief Education Officer, Mrs. K. Martin Jack, and on my own behalf, we thank you immensely for 39 years of active service to the profession of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We especially thank you for 21 years that you would have led this noble institution, the North Union Secondary School. Now that you are moving on into retirement, we say to you in the words of Patrick Fowley, retirement is a blank sheet of paper. It is a chance to redesign your life into something new and different. We wish you long life and good health as you move into this new phase of your life. After some time of rest and relaxation, I am sure you will engage yourself productively. Happy retirement, sir. I have had the privilege of being in meetings where Mr. DeSantis was present, whether it was principal meetings or other meetings organized by the Ministry of Education. And he always made critical observation and contribution, how to improve the education system. Always, as you can see him now, immaculately dressed. Yes, take your bow, you deserve it. You deserve it. Now, there's a second teacher who's also retiring from the North Union Secondary School, but I am not seeing him. Is he here? Nevertheless, since I've already prepared, I'm still going to go ahead and read. I'm sure he might be listening somewhere. Somebody will tell him, all right? Our second retiree today is Mr. Julian Neff Costello. He joined the ranks of the teaching profession on October 24, 1983, upon his graduation from the St. Vincent Grammar School. He was appointed a student teacher at the then Union Methodist School, now the Newgrounds Primary. Mr. Costello rose from the position of student teacher to become a probationary assistant teacher. Back then we said PAT in 1987. Upon his attainment to the grade of PTA, he sought to cement his position in the teaching profession by becoming a trained teacher. Therefore, from 1987 to 1989, he attended the St. Vincent Teachers College, where he pursued a course in secondary education for the teaching of mathematics and science. When he completed his teacher training, he was posted to the North Union Secondary School, where he spent a short time teaching science and mathematics. He was later transferred back to mainland, let me take that sentence again. When he completed his teacher training, he was posted to the Union Island Secondary School, where he spent a short time teaching science and mathematics. He was later transferred back to the mainland in 1990. Since that time, he has worked at a number of schools, including Adelphi Secondary, Langley Park Government, South Rivers Methodist, George Stevens Senior Secondary, Park Hill Government, and the North Union Secondary. Mr. Costello went on in his tenure to obtain a bachelor's degree in education. He acted as principal of the South Rivers Methodist School and the Park Hill Government School. He will proceed on pre-retirement leave from July 10th, 2024, and will officially retire from the teaching services on 15th October 2024. It is my pleasure on behalf of the Ministry of Education, as stated before, to again offer our deepest appreciation and well wishes to Mr. Costello as he proceeds on retirement. We hope that he would have a happy, healthy, and successful retirement. Thank you again, Mr. Costello, for 41 years of service to this noble profession. Well done, sir. Yes, finally, I can pay attention now to the graduating class of the North Union Government Secondary School, class of 2024. Yes, you have finished your task. Let's hope with satisfaction. Remember all that your teachers would have instilled. First of all, know thyself. So whatever weaknesses exist, work to correct or reset. This is just the beginning of great things to come. Set your marks high and work smart to succeed wherever you are planted. Embrace your new school. I am hoping that this is just the beginning of something different, that you are going to embrace your post-secondary education. Just on Tuesday, we saw almost 700 students graduated from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College. I am hope you are already thinking, or you have already set your mark to be one of those students 2 years from now. Students, I just want to encourage you to be focused. In today's world, when we think of our young people, there are so many opportunities out there for you that we adults did not have at your age. Embrace the opportunities that come your way. I implore you to instill your 21st century skills, your ability to communicate. Sometimes, especially around this time, people would like to ask you, what do you want to be? What do you want to become? Where do you see yourself, let's say, 10 years from now? You must be able to articulate. You must be able to say what is inside of you. Sometimes, some persons may want to shut you down. You could ever be a lawyer, a doctor? No way. Sometimes they don't see the potentials inside of you. But nevertheless, keep on communicating your desire of what you want to be. Collaborate. I know you have been collaborating at the primary and secondary level. I imagine you have to continue to do so. Collaborate with your classmates Sometimes you have to collaborate with people outside of school. You have to do your research. You have to ask questions. You have to explore to get your information. Be creative. I am sure I don't really have to explain to you how you can be creative. I have seen the creativities of our young people. Practice your creativity. Own your creativity. Be very critical. As I said before, know thyself. So when you embark on your post-secondary education, perhaps you may not be in the comfort of your neighborhood school. You might be somewhere closer to Kingston. And you will be in a different environment, meeting persons you are not accustomed to. But guess what? You have to be able to evaluate. You have to assess your friends. Who are your friends? Who are not your friends? Don't be led astray. As I said, know thyself. It's not that we are just forcing you to think about your academic skill, your aptitude, but your attitudes. That is also important. So wherever you go, show how kind you are. Helpful. Be respectful. Be compassionate and considerate. You know, sometimes the teachers don't really remember the top students, you know, but they remember the most respectful, well-disciplined students. As the older folks will tell you, manners and behavior will take you through the wall, and it is true. Those softer skills are so important. Be thankful. Remember your teachers, your parents. They have been for you before, and they're going to continue to be at your side. Always reflect on your past so that you will know where you're going. And never mind when you make the simple mistakes, don't let those mistakes keep you down. I know some of you, when you receive your results, we are not all going to be happy, but guess what? That may be the opportunity for you to set that reset button. I have had students, let's say potential teachers coming into the Ministry of Education, and they want to apply for a job as a teacher. And sometimes you look at the profiles or you look at their achievement, and some of them would indicate, okay, I left, say, North Union Secondary School, let's say 1990. That's when they indicated that they would have graduated from North Union Secondary School. And perhaps they graduated, let's say, with 4 subjects, not the best of grades. And we are now into the year, let's say, 2020. And I would say, but what did you do between that time and now? Students, as I said before, when you receive your grades, it's not the end of the world. If you're not happy with the grades, you reset your button and you can resit your examination. Whether you go back to, well, I would not say go back to school, but you can attend evening classes and keep on upgrading. And once you have the relevant subject to attend a post-secondary institution, please do so. And even while you're attending, you can still be upgraded. Upgrading your grades, it's never the end of the world. I'm saying that because sometimes I'm disappointed with some of our young people. They have wasted 10 plus years and never consider to upgrade so they have a better chance of obtaining the type of job that they really want. Don't waste time. Time is time, as this saying goes, time does not wait on anyone. So once you realize there's a need for you to upgrade, please do so. Parents, thank you for selecting the North Union Secondary School as your school of choice. Please continue to support your children. They need your support now more than ever before. The research will tell you that parental involvement in their children's life is a critical component of students' achievement. Yes, you may not be able to do the work for the students, but you can when they have to do their homework assignment, you can stay up with them. You can provide them with the snacks. Sometimes they're tired. You make a cup of tea. Just by doing that, they can stay up another hour or 2 to complete the assignments. Yes, parents, parental involvement. Don't think they're big men and big women now, and you students don't think that either, you know. They need you. Stand with your children. Know them too. So if anyone should complain, you should say, no, that is not my son, with all confidence, because you know your child or children. So thank you on behalf of the Ministry of Education for your support that you will have given to your children and to the North Union Secondary School. Continue to support as they move forward to this next phase in their lives. Finally, graduating class of the North Union Secondary School, thank you so much. Yes, the world is at your feet. It's at your fingertip, yes. You go and claim the successes that are awaiting you. Let's hear it once again for the graduating class of the North Union Secondary School 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Blake, for that wonderful motivating speech. I pray that the students would have listened attentively, and when they do leave, that they would try their best to adhere. Let me take this moment to acknowledge the presence of the parliamentary representative, Honorable Saboto Caesar, and I would just like now to invite him to share brief remarks, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. To God be the glory. Wish to recognize the presence of the representative from the Ministry of Education, the principal and staff of the North Union Secondary School, the representatives here from the PTA, all the other parents and villagers. Let us put some smiles on our faces and give a round of applause to the graduating class of 2024. It is indeed a time to be happy. And I am not going to go over a lot of the territory already so eloquently said by the representative from the Ministry of Education. But I'm sure that the feature speaker will agree with me that we need a new attitude at the workplace. There are some persons who are looking for a job, but they're not looking for work. I remember first time when you say you're looking for work, meaning that you have to be on time and you have to come with an open mind. There is something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but I want to talk about it this morning. It's called money. And I see some people in the back smiling. But at the end of the day, you need money to do things. And hard work is the only legal way that you could make money. And I see the students smiling. You're going to have bills to pay that you need to start to help mommy and daddy with the light bill and the water bill. And I hear the parents say, come on now. Right now. You are leaving a secondary school where you invested, your parents invested, and the government invested to teach you from the time you're in preschool. You go through primary school. You complete secondary school. What is stopping you, young man, from opening a own small business to do something and turn your hand? And I think that one of the issues that we are facing in the country, we are not producing enough entrepreneurs. And sometimes we are not teaching it enough in school. And we are giving the students an impression that all they need to do is go and do CXCs and pass your CPEA high, and when you come out, that is the be-all and end-all of life. No, life just starts when you finish school. Your education is a tool. But there are some good carpenters in the country who do have a lot of tools, but they use whatever little they have to make it. On the other hand, there are some men walking around with some big toolkits, but put them to do the work, they can't do the work. I want to recognize the principal of the school. Let us give him a special round of applause. He has been there through the thick and the thin. And every time he calls me on a Monday morning, I know he's the cattle them principal that go through the agriculture student fields. And it's something that we are going to work on. And I really, as the Minister of Agriculture, I want to commend the North Union Secondary School for the excellent students that it continues to produce in agriculture. Let us recognize the agriculture teachers who are here. The world that you are going into as students, leaving from the North Union Secondary School, most of you will either go on to a level college, technical college, nursing. You are seeing a different country than the one that Woods and the principal and myself to a large extent grew up. You come and meet in an international airport when you leave in secondary school. You can't be thinking local and regional. You have to think international. There are young persons who are here. You are leaving school after Sandals has opened its doors. Therefore, your dream of working at a resort at a very high level, I did not have that opportunity. To go off to university, in my time, when I left secondary school, and Cameron Green, your teacher, we sat on the same bench in primary school, the same age. When Cameron Green left secondary school, going off to university, it was few and far between. In fact, when a man go to university, when they go tongue school, man say, why? Man go tongue school, man go university, man go secondary school. You're bright because you go secondary school. No, everybody going to secondary school. And what this means is that there is more competition. So, as the representative from the Ministry of Education said, you have to keep in step, keep ahead of the game. And the final thing I want to say, there are many successful persons in our society today, and they are very successful because they have a skill. You see that thing you call a skill? No matter how much you are a lawyer, a doctor, or engineer, if you could get a little skill on the side, it will never ever be wasted. And if you look around our country, sometimes they want a good plumber. You have to do it when the man doing the plumbing and when he leave, because the pipe most likely burst when he gone. We need more skilled persons in the country. And don't make anybody look down on you and talk about he's a mason. And those are the persons who are making a lot of money in this country. Let us recognize those skilled persons who are here with us. I notice some of them are here. And let us lift our game. I have great confidence in the graduating class of the North Union Secondary School. But I want to leave you with this simple line: keep your head on. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Saboti Caesar. Wonderful words. While mention was made of the principal, Mr. St. Clair da Santos, I remembered when he used to teach me geography. And he always had his way of coming into class and crack a joke. And one morning he came in and he he said, you guys having an exam this morning. I quickly went and I crammed. And I got 100%. I said, that bro, what kind of man you could be? You know, but I just want to give a little joke, you know, to liven up the place now. Yes. Yeah, a short, I hope it's sweet for you guys, but, you know, it's a nice little joke. There is this young man, just leave school. And he always on the block and he asking for $5. And this old man passed. And he went to the old man and he said, Mister, give me a $5 please now. The old man said, boy, leave me alone now. Give me a chance now. He insists that he wants a $5 from the old man. So he go back again. Mister, give me a $5 please now. The old man said, young man, come here. What color is a $5? The young man say, green. The old man say, well, wait till you ripe. So you know he will never get a $5 there. So students, you have to work to get it. And you hear the minister spoke about skills. It's very, very important to have a backup plan. All right? So I'd just like to invite now the Deputy Principal, Mr. K. Garaway, to do brief reflections for us, please. And before he comes, the Honorable Minister, he has another function to attend, so he's leaving us at this point in time. Please let me just acknowledge him. Thank you.
Please allow me to adopt the established protocol. I would like to recognize featured speaker, Ms. Joan Ryan. I would like to recognize the Deputy Chief, Joycelyn Blake Brown. Thank the chairperson and the area rep already left. I would like to greet members of the alumni, the donors, staff, the graduating class, and the parents and guardians who are gathered here today. Where are the young banana suckers that will grow old when the old banana tree dies? Let me take that again. Where are the young banana suckers that will grow when the old banana tree dies? That has been a regular quote by our esteemed principal, Mr. Sinclair da Santos. I am not sure of the origin, but what I am sure of is the message. We have with us today members of the management team. We have graduating students. And as the Deputy Chief informed us, and she mentioned earlier, that our brother, our principal, our friend, will be going on pre-retirement leave. And so my little part this morning, my job, the responsibility this morning, is to give a brief reflection of our principal, our friend, the esteemed principal, Mr. Sinclair da Santos. When I graced the North Union Secondary School in 2004, I came back with a first degree in natural science. I didn't intend to stay in education this long. But God worked things out. And all things work together for good for those who love the Lord. And when I met Mr. da Santos for the first time, he quickly inspired me, and he also helped me to develop a passion for teaching and a passion for youth development. My mother and my relatives, they are also educators. So then I realized I had a gift of teaching. He opened his arms, his door, and he explained of the qualifications he has, the experiences he went through, challenges in the education system, and always encourage us, myself and his staff, to continue to study, to continue to upgrade your qualification, and to make yourself relevant and be counted. As the society transforms, we also have to transform to effect the change. And we have experienced, it's not about me only. We have experienced his kindness, his willingness to help, and he always fight for his staff. One time, the chief education officer came and she said, Mr. Gawi is walking too far, because that time I was living at Villa. Let us get him to a place closer to town. And the Santos said, he is one of my hard-working teachers. Leave the man alone. Well, the chief said, if you say to leave the man alone, I'll leave the man alone. So he fights, and he still is fighting for his students and his teachers. It is imperative that I give you a brief summary of his educational background. The deputy chief mentioned some of them, but I'm here to do my part. He attended the University of the West Indies Mona campus in Jamaica, where he successfully completed his studies in geography and social studies. He also attended the National University of the Republic of China and Taiwan, where he successfully completed his studies in geography. He also attended the Brock's University in Canada, where he studied international school management and policy. He also attended the Lancaster University in England, where he studied research methodology. Every time I think about this, is one of the rare fields. We don't have a lot of persons in that field. Mr. De Santos is a humble individual. He refused to put his qualification on his school's letterhead. He do not suffer from the Messiah complex. He do not feel he know it all. He uses every situation as a teaching and learning experience. He learned from the youngest and he learned from the oldest. He's currently the chief moderator for CPA, for social studies in St. Vincent. So that means he look over the projects and so on. My job here will be short. I'm coming to the end very soon. This is his final graduation ceremony in the capacity of principal. You notice I said in the capacity, because I'm expecting to see him in other graduation ceremonies. He has served the school for 31 years, almost all my age. 22 years as principal, 5 years as security, and 4 years as head of the social science department. He has made tremendous contribution to the development of education in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in the wider Caribbean through his work with the Caribbean Examination Council. He has worked in Jamaica, in Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Antigua and Barbuda. The principal is a well-experienced educator. It is a bittersweet moment for us. We will miss you, sir, but you're just a phone call away. We wish you all the best. We wish you long life as you proceed on your pre-retirement leave. All the best, my brother, my friend. Blessed love to you and your family. And may God continue to bless and keep you. I will always contact you and consult with you when necessary, because you have a wealth of experience we can tap into, and students, you can consult with the principal in any field. He will give you critical advice. Ladies and gentlemen, join me this morning as we welcome our longest serving principal, our hardworking and dedicated friend and brother, Mr. Sinclair DeSantos. Let's give him a big round of applause.
I'm still here. Thanks to God that I am still here after 31 years at the North Union Secondary School. Chairperson Mr. Kenrick Dabrio, Honorable Caesar has left us. He has another engagement at Lauder School. Deputy Chief Education Officer, Mrs. Blake Brown from the Ministry of Education, Ms. Joan Ryan, featured speaker, donors, specially invited guests, staff, graduating class, parents, students, well-wishers, online viewers, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Cameron Green told me that I am not allowed any latitude today. So I am imprisoned. So he said to me, boss, I hope your speech is not long. So I had prepared 2 speeches, but I'll take the shorter one. I left the other one in the car. Now, what touched me this morning is when the Deputy Chief Education Officer spoke about parental involvement. And that is something that is dear to my heart, because I have researched that topic in its entirety at the postgrad level at the University of Lancaster in England. And she talked about parental involvement, and she moved me. Because parental involvement is one of the most significant factors that contributes to a child's education. And as educators, what we have to do is to find appropriate and workable types of involvement. I want to thank the Deputy Chief Education Officer for that statement. It was indeed a powerful one. Thank you very much, Deputy. So to remind you, the parents, that it is not coming from St. Clair DeSantos alone. It is coming from, at a higher level, the Deputy Chief Education Officer. And you need to get involved in the life of the child when it comes to the education at school. A graduation ceremony is always a special occasion. The culmination of years of hard work, the actualization of goals attained, and the acknowledgement of successes achieved. Graduates, you might not have achieved the academic excellence of many of your predecessors, but your achievement is as good as any and better than many. So it is only fitting that we commemorate the road that we have all traveled together these last few years. At NUSS, we have encountered successes and failures, moments of frustration, experiences of trouble and misfortune. But these are the means whereby resilience is confirmed, determination is strengthened, and aspirations are heightened. We have experienced exceptional moments, very sad memories, like, for example, the passing of a student who drowned at Cedars Beach not too long ago. And these are the means whereby resilience is confirmed, determination is strengthened, and aspirations are heightened. We have experienced exceptional moments, and yes, and we have created memories that will be fondly remembered in years to come. I want to take enormous pride in recognizing the effort of the teaching staff. They are superb professionals who work very hard to ensure that the students achieve academic excellence. To the management team, Mr. Garway, the deputy principal, Mr. Cameron Green, Mr. Michael Thomas, Mr. Antonio Dick, Mr. Renson Humphrey, Miss Sophia Blucher, Mrs. Melissa Richards-Lewis, Miss Savella John, and Miss Timisha Jacobs. We met every Monday, almost every Monday for the term, to hammer out programs and policies to uplift this school. I want to thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, members of the management team. I also want to express thanks to those parents and business organizations who have supported us during the academic year. We value the role of social agencies and business organizations, private individuals, as partners in the education arena. How can I forget two special persons who work extremely hard behind the scenes to ensure that all the logistics for the administrative process are in order? These two persons are Miss Ronique Williams, she's here. Thank you very much. And Miss Shanette James. And also Miss Elise Matthews. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. A special thank you for the Honorable Sabuto Caesar for his unwavering support to the school. Anytime I called on him, he was always ready to give support. Joining the staff for this academic year are Miss Sharonelle in chemistry, Miss Shanicia Samuel, their sisters, in the field of business, and Mr. Kadea Ned, who returned after completing his studies at the St. Vincent Community College, the Division of Teacher Education. Joining the staff asset workers, Mr. Javro Bacchus in the field of technical joining and woodwork, Miss Chelsea Marcel in the field of music, Mr. Shavan Glasgow in the field of physical education, and Miss Kishona Miller in the field of science, and also Mr. Saviola Blake in the field of physical education. Also joining the staff on the YES program, Miss Kellonique Haywood, Miss Kimira Bacchus, Miss Kenisha Hepburn, Miss Chandela Matthias, and Miss Tiwan Dishong. Leaving the staff was Mrs. Denisha Hector, who joined the staff of the community college. She was a tower of strength to the school, and I know we have missed her very much. We have acquired an irrigation system that would help to boost our agricultural science program. The cost of that system is around $12,000 EC dollars. We have made agricultural science a compulsory subject on the school curriculum. We must be cognizant of the fact that the purpose of the school's curriculum is to respond to the needs of the society and address the issues that affects that affect the sustainability of the society. We must recognize that food security is a serious issue. And through our agricultural science program, the students are equipped with the knowledge, skills, values, and attitude to produce food to feed themselves, the nation, and for the export market. The multiplier effect of this is great, and time would not allow me to elaborate. But it is sad to say that the students are not reaping the benefit of their labor. We are affected by perennial larceny and from the invasion of cattle on our agricultural plots. Last year, over 100 watermelons melons were lost, including tomatoes, cucumber, among other crops. The Zero Hunger Trust is making a significant contribution to our agricultural program, and I'm happy to have some representative from the Zero Hunger Trust here this morning. I want to thank them very much for their continued support. The school was involved in the launching of the Backyard Garden project in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Taiwanese Technical Mission. That launching, seeds and some trees were distributed to farmers, teachers, and students. I want to thank Mrs. Susanna Daniels and the other agricultural teachers for the work that they're doing in the field of agriculture. But the constant destruction of our agricultural plots by the cows have created a vicious cycle leading to the demotivation of teachers and students, which cannot be overlooked. And the minister said that he will address that, and I'm hoping that he will address it very soon. In the field of sports, the Santos House, which is a house named after me, has won the 2004 Inter-House Athletics competition for the 6th consecutive year. And next year, we're going to do it again. 6 years. Listen, man. We must say heartfelt thank you to the Mustique Charitable Trust for the feeding program and the MRI 6. They donated $5,000 to assist our needy students. We must recognize that the importance of literacy cannot be overemphasized. It is when our students can express themselves fluently, we see the grade ones coming. Because I had marked CXC exam for a number of years, and those students are good at English, expressing themselves, which score the grade ones. So the company was also involved in providing training for English teachers in literacy and have donated a number of materials to assist with the phonics aspect of our literacy program. The Ministry of Education continued their training in different areas across the school's curriculum, thus strengthening the capacity of our teachers to deliver effective pedagogy. The school is very proud to receive a community radio. In other words, we have a radio station at the school. Can I put that, no, man? All you moving, so all you clap for that. That is something to clap for. We have a radio station at the school. The first phase of the training exercise has been completed, where members of the management team have been trained to operate the system, further training will be done with teachers, students, and parents. So I'm hoping that parents will be coming in and be a part of that program where they would broadcast to the nation. We have to raise funds to acquire an antenna so that we can reach the various communities. The NTRC has already been contacted to provide the specification for the antenna. I am indeed happy for such a device. The school has also acquired over $50,000 worth of equipment to boost our TechVac program in the areas of building technology, building and furniture technology, technical drawing, and food and nutrition. So Mrs. Blucher and Mr. Nanton, they are smiling. These equipment will help the teacher to be more effective and hands-on. And I firmly believe that they will assist the student to find a niche market for their particular aptitude, putting an end to the failure syndrome. We must say thank you to the NUSS alumni. And I see a representative right here. For the donation of 90 refurbished computers to the school. Also thanks to a past student, Mrs. Shawlan Collins, who donated 5 refurbished computers also. The NTRC has also donated 6 new computers, 4 desktop and 2 laptops to the school. And these devices would go a long way to help boost our ITC program at the school. The school is being faced by a number of challenges with the introduction of the Education Management Information System. Our teachers had to be trained to use the platform, and we have experienced a number of glitches which sometimes frustrated us when entering data. Up to last week, we had a few glitches with the system. But that was sorted out. I want to thank Mr. Renson Humphrey and Mrs. Venetia Daniel Pitt for providing the training for the staff in relation to the EMIS. You know, the EMIS has the potential for monitoring and for the development of education in this country. So it is something that I as principal embrace. But as I said, there are a few challenges that need to be ironed out. It is something that is going to put education to a higher level, the EMIS. This year, the school has kept in line with the trends set by CXC with online multiple choice exam, and our Moodle platform was used to engage the students from grade 10 in e-testing. The social science department held their fair, and it was indeed a success, thanks to Ms. Shavella John and members of the social science team department. For the academic year 2022, the school has attained a 76% pass rate as we continue to be featured among the 10 top secondary schools in this country. Put your hands together for that. In the field of music, The school received musical equipment from Mr. Kemril Daniel. He donated a bass guitar, a box guitar, and a bass amp. We participated this year in the National School Bands Showcase, and the students gave a good account of themselves. Thanks to Mr. Colville Top and Miss Chelsea Marcel, who assisted in the preparation of the students. The school held its health fair on the 19th of March, 2024. This activity was a tremendous success. Some of the highlights were processing of health foods, health checks, walkouts. Thanks to Ms. Timisha Jacobs and Mrs. Elise Matthews for spearheading that exercise. Thanks to Mrs. Melissa Richards for organizing the World Food Day cook-off. This has become a premier event in the school's calendar. We have attracted a number of media houses, and I am anxiously looking forward to it next year. I will be there if God's give me life. This is the 40th graduation ceremony of the school. And I'm proud to be a part of 22 of these ceremonies. I want to talk to you, the graduating class. And I want you to listen to 3 of my favorite quotes. And the staff would be acutely aware of these because I'm always talking about them. The famous American poet Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said that if you build a better mousetrap than your neighbor, even if you live in the woods, the whole world will make a better path to your residence. And this thing here is with me. I'm always saying that if you are a mechanic on the street, try to be the best mechanic, because people will find you and people will gravitate towards you. If you are educated, no matter how you look, people will find you. You understand me? But if you're not educated, people would say, here goes that fool. So embrace education. The second one is from the Indian nationalist Raja Gopalachari, who said that if the education you receive cannot change your hearts and mind, it is not different from the shirt you wear in the morning and remove in the evening. And this is so important. The third one is from Martin Luther King Jr., and he says that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but in times of conflict and controversy. The question is, are you going to use the education you receive here, students, to keep you in a place of comfort and convenience? Or are you going to get in conflict and controversy if you're not educated? I think you should choose the one that will allow you the place of comfort and convenience. The education you receive at North Union Secondary School, and the deputy chief spoke so eloquently in charging you, that your education that you receive should change you in the spheres of life that you desire and deserve. The question is, are you going to use education to put you in a better place? The answer does not relate to a binary question where there are two responses. The answer is that you embrace education with a resounding yes. A graduation is an important exercise in the life of any student, especially those of you who have gone through the process of failing an examination. Some of you might fail one of your CXC examination, but do not be deterred. Winston Churchill said that success is moving from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm. So in order for you to achieve your goals, you must always be enthusiastic about whatever you do. 28 students are graduating here today. And I said it is the smallest in the history of this school. I could recall in 1990, in 2006, we had something like 115 students graduating. The next year, 110. It was in the hundreds. When we had universal access forced introduced, but the population is getting smaller. I'm submitting to you, students, that the education that you receive should change the world positively. Be an agent of change. If you want to effect change in the world, you must have a vision. Michelangelo said that vision is the ability to see the invisible. Those of you who are present here today, if we truly want to change the world, I am submitting to you that you have to embrace education. And I've been talking about this, using this phrase many times throughout my speech. My Bible tells me in the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. Come on, Green. You listening? Right. Do not conform to this world. Transform the world. One of the reasons why I think that we are not realizing our potential is that we are conforming to this world. Nelson Mandela said education is one of the most powerful weapons that can change the world. You know, sometimes I reflect and thinking about my own thinking, something the psychologists call metacognition. As I grow older, I no longer look for solutions that are dramatic. Which will happen in my lifetime. I hold the view that change happens block by block. For those who plant the tree are different from those who will water it. And those who prune the tree are different from those who will enjoy the shade. It is generational. And if you look at it in that way, you'll be comfortable that you play your part and you will be relaxed and sleep soundly when you go to bed. Embracing education in all its dimension can lead to invention and innovation, thus making the world a better place for all of us. Strive for excellence. And I was reading recently, and I cannot remember the person who said this, that no, it is Aristotle. Yes, Aristotle said that excellence is what you repeatedly do. Excellent is a habit, not an act. Do not be like Methuselah in the Bible. My Bible tells me that he lived for 996 years and did not make any contribution. The only thing the Bible mentioned about him is that he died. In my opinion, Methuselah only eat, drink, and sleep. And those of you who are biblical scholars, you know the Bible. And this is my interpretation of what I read about him. Be humble. The Bible says that if you humble yourself, you will be exalted. And if you are exalted, you will be humble. And those of you who remember this famous story in World War II, the famous report by Martin Niemöller. And I render it in such a way that it would not lose its substance. The famous story said, when they came for the Jews, I said nothing because I was not a Jew. When they came for the communists, I said nothing because I was not a communist. When they came for the trade unionists, I said nothing because I was not a trade unionist. When they came for me, there was nobody to say anything. The moral of this story is that when there is danger, shout, because there is a sense in which you could be the next. I want you to look out for your brother. Do not be individualistic. Reach out and be more caring and loving. No man is an island, and no man is indispensable. We need to build this nation together. The rate at which technology operates and develops will become increasingly important. Modern technology has provided a dazzling array of tools, but it requires men and women of distinction to employ them for the common good. Students, you can make your contribution here. Mr. Julian Castello will be leaving us very soon. And he was a tower of strength to the institution of North Union Secondary School, a humble man, and has the students' interests at heart. I could remember times when Castello take of his own finance and paid for students who did not have funds to write CXC exams. The school would miss his contribution. Put your hands together for Mr. Julian Castello. Now, as I said that, I'm always thinking, and if I allow my mind to wander with a little fertility, I think about the future of the school. And the deputy mentioned one of my favorite quotes. Where is the young banana sucker to replace the old banana sucker, as in St. Clair de Santos, when he departs North Union Secondary School? He is right here in this school. Mr. Gary, I want you to come here. Come and stand here with me. For the past 4 years, I've been grooming Mr. Gawi. But it is not up to me to appoint him as principal. That is not my task. That is based on the recommendation of the ministry and the Public Service Commission. For 4 years, I've seen the potential in this young man. And I said, leave your office and put your office in my office. You know that. Students and teachers, Mr. Gawi's office was placed in my office. And I said, this year, I'm going to put you in a separate room, still in the office, so that you can think and reflect without the principal. I'm preparing you. I have exposed him to all the attributes of leadership that I am aware of. He has 20 years experience teaching at North Union Secondary School. 20 years. He served in the capacity as a graduate teacher when he came back from St. George's University. Then he was appointed head of department by yours truly, the principal, because I saw the potential in him. And then the Ministry of Education saw the potential in him again to appoint him as senior graduate teacher. And then they saw the potential again to appoint him as the deputy principal of North Union Secondary School, a position which he holds. Mr. Gawi is an individual, and I like to use these words, of exemplary demeanor, who stands out for the strength of his character and deportment. His humility, which is the mother's milk of the service, and the teachers, student would know that myself and Mr. Gawi is different. And I know you all would speak about his humility and his integrity, which is the mother's milk of human development. Mr. Gawi possesses these qualities that cannot be questioned. I want to thank you, Mr. Gawi, for the hard work and encouragement. You are like a shoulder to lean on when the going gets tough. And sometimes you console me and you said, boss, you take it easy. A God-fearing individual, a man of God, a man who loved God with his Christian principles, would put him in a good position to lead North Union Secondary School. Mr. Green, because he thinks that I don't know the Bible. But I know the Bible very well because I am a Christian. Right? Okay. The Bible records in Matthew 26, chapter 20, 26 to 28. It shall not be so among you, but whosoever is great among you must be a servant, and whosoever would be the first among you must be your slave, as even as the Son of Man comes not to be served, but to serve and give life as ransom for many. What we desire is that we live in a world that we are not judged by the color of our skin. Mr. Gawi is black. But by the content of our character. This man has character. And I am confident that Mr. Gawi would provide the motivational impetus and the leadership to lead North Union Secondary School when I leave North Union Secondary. Mr. Gary, thank you very much. Students, I want you to go out there and do what is good and right, simply because it is good to do what is good and right. Students, I want you to go out there and inject SVG with steroid that she may acquire hard DNA prescribed heights. In the Caribbean, it does not make sense one dwarf doing slightly better than the other dwarf. We should seek to be giants, and we can be giants. Go out there, students, and catapult SVG into orbit so that we can achieve economic growth and development. Thank you very much.
Let's stand, please, and appreciate the principal's report. So let us give him a round of applause again, please. Thank you. You can be seated. Before I forget, I just want to encourage the graduates with this poem. I know you guys are leaving, and I would encourage you guys to keep that friendship. You would have been together for 5 years, and the friendship is very, very important. You guys might be going to different places to study and work in the future, but friendship is very important. I could remember the great Muhammad Ali. He recited this poem. I can't remember if he's the one who wrote it, but I remembered it also. The gift of friendship. Friendship is a priceless gift that cannot be bought or sold, but its value is far much greater than a mountain made of gold. For gold is cold and lifeless. It can neither see nor hear, and when in time of trouble, it is powerless to cheer. It has no ears to listen, no heart to understand. It cannot bring you comfort or reach out a helping hand. So when you ask God for a gift, be thankful if he sends not diamonds, pearls, or riches, but the gift of real true friends. I pray that when you guys go, you will always maintain that level of friendship. You might have someone who you could call upon in the event that you might be in some sort of a difficulty. Do that. You cannot make it on your own. All right? Thank you. I'd like to invite now Mr. Lewis to do the introduction of the featured speaker. Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Darber. The protocol having already been established. Good morning, everyone. Miss Joan Monica Ryan, a past student of the North Union Secondary School, having graduated in 1983. She is an experienced professional with just over 38 years hands-on involvement in social and environmental development issues regionally, nationally, and at community level, including the facilitation of workshops for non-government and community-based organizations, schools, and private sector companies. Excellent verbal and written communication skills, which is highlighted in 2 of her publications. She also boasts excellent interpersonal traits with a vested personal interest in human and natural environment. Ms. Ryan boasts many achievements as she holds a Master's of Arts in Environmental Education and Communication, a certificate in Gender and Development Studies, and a diploma in Youth Social Work. Currently, she is the Public Relations and Marketing Manager at the Central Water and Sewerage Authority. She once held positions in the government service as Project Field Officer at the Department of Women's Affairs and also as District Clerk in the Ministry of Housing and Local Government. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Miss Joan Monica Ryan, the featured speaker for the North Union Secondary School graduation 2024.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Like Mr. DeSantos, I really don't like to say things like that because sometimes, you don't want people to think you're pretentious. But today is a special day. I would like to first acknowledge the persons who are here, representative from the Ministry of Education. I'd like to recognize our principal, deputy principal, teachers, specially invited guests, donors, persons who have donated to our school, parents, students. Greetings. Let me say what an honor it is to be asked a second time to address the graduation ceremony at the North Union Secondary School, my school. When I reflect on my youthful self and where I am today, I am filled with gratitude for the institution and the past principal, Alban Henry, who taught us that excellence can only be achieved when there is unity in purpose. That purpose, in our case, was and still is the education of our students. The topic chosen for this year's graduation ceremony, Champions of Change, Fearlessly Facing the Future, is so very apt as our world experiences phenomenal challenges with wars, diseases, environmental changes, human weaknesses, and disasters, to identify a few. We are indeed living in a time when this world and our country need more than a few good men and women. We need every one of you graduating today to take up the charge of going forward fearlessly. If you aspire to be a champion of change and to fearlessly face the future, then that must mean that you are bold, motivated, open-minded. You are a go-getter, willing to break down barriers, build bridges, and a true unapologetic leader in your own right. It should indicate that you are prepared to think and operate outside of the common norms, or as is sometimes said, think outside of the proverbial box. To champion change fearlessly, students, I hope you are prepared to be challenged and to accept the possibility that you may fail at some point, because if you are not, you will give up easily. More often than not, before success, there is some level of challenge or failure. The mindset, however, will be not to interpret that failure to be about you, the individual, rather than some aspect of a formula that was adopted by you in the pursuit of your goals. When one starts on a path, that path may not always be well defined. Bear that in mind. Or you may lack adequate resources, moral support, and or positive mindsets around you to motivate you. The direction you take at times may not be the right one. Therefore, you may need to reevaluate and change course, and or you may need to pause and regroup to restart better and maybe bigger. The important lesson is not to give up, not to stop believing in yourself and the possibility of accomplishing your goals. You must have the awareness that getting to where you need to be may be daunting at times, but with the right attitude and aptitude, your destination is attainable. You just never give up. You just never give up. Students, you hear me? You just never give up. When you're a champion of a cause or causes, you cannot have low self-confidence. You cannot have low self-confidence. Boldness will need to be your hallmark. And some folks are going to say, where them a play? Or he or she wants to live above their means, or they think they are better than others. They will remind you and those around you of how poor your parents were, the status of your wardrobe as a child, how many holes your parents' house had, if it did, and whose hand-me-down you received. If you are a female, and I'm not being gender biased, you may be told that you only accomplish your goals because you prostitute your body. Additionally, you may be told as a female that you cannot accomplish what you set out to, that your God-given aptitudes can only take you so far, that you will need a man in order to be successful. As a champion of change, you must be prepared to hear these and worse utterances attributed to you, even to your face, and yes, even from your fellow females. You should never allow them to detour you from accomplishing your chosen goal. So I ask you now, students, what motivates you? What is and will be the driving force behind your pursuit of the goal or cause that you so believe in? This question of motivation is an important one, because without being laser focused, it will be easy to give up. It is so easy to procrastinate, to say you will do it another time or maybe tomorrow. That which motivates you should be strong enough to sustain you amid the discouragements, the letdowns, and ridicule that you may experience. Question yourself on what motivates you. Is it the struggle of your parents to provide for you? The crime and violence you experience around you? The success of others? What does success look like to you? Were you taught by family members the importance of success and working smart, not hard? Who do you admire the most? And how have they made a positive difference in society? These are questions that you can ask yourself. In my nuclear family, led by my parents, now deceased, I am the only person to have attained qualifications at the master's level. I was motivated, by the fact that both my parents could not read nor write competently. They never had the opportunity to attend primary school. Yet, they became proud landowners, My father, a farmer, and later a preacher, after he learned how to read and write from reading the Bible as an adult. They owned several motor vehicles and were employers. Now, if they could accomplish so much with no formal training, I ask myself, why put limits on myself? So I'm asking you too. Why put limits on yourself? I'm asking you again, students, why should you put limits on yourself? Why not strive to achieve as much as you can, as I have done? So I build on the solid foundation of strong will, determination, and confidence in self that my parents laid. And so I decided to excel as well. I remember when I did my master's studies, my mom would leave her bed and come to my room, and she would say, Joan, I come to keep your company so that you don't fall asleep. When I got up in the morning, my breakfast and my lunch to take to work were ready. That was her way of encouragement and support, and that motivated me even more to be successful. For that, I will be grateful. She was my heart, my mama. You must find that something. You must find that something or that someone, whether in your home, school, community, or even internationally, you admire, to spur you on to accomplish your goal or goals, or to champion your cause or causes. If others did it, so can you. You just need to focus on what you love. And I'm going to say that again. If others did it, so can you. You just need to focus on what you love and what excites you. Once you are excited about a cause or a field of study, success is already half yours, because now you only need to put in the necessary work. When I look at the definition of champion in the Oxford Languages definitions, what stuck out for me says, and I quote, a person who vigorously supports or defends a person or cause. The two main words being vigorously and defend. You should not approach your passion with trepidation. You must be hyped, and you must become your biggest support. Always one step ahead of where you are supposed to be at that time. So you read more extensively than you're required to as you approach exams, for example. You research ahead of time, so you are more equipped for any eventuality. Your involvement in your cause, in attaining your goal or goals, must be seen and felt by those around you. You must put in the effort. You must put in the effort. You, not anybody else, must be the light that you wish to shine, and that light must illuminate as far as the eye can see and read. I once heard a preacher speak on the topic purpose-driven lives. I really love this concept. As to me, it defines our existence as individuals and sets a path for which to pursue. If you were to ask me if I am living a purpose-driven life, I would say yes. Because all of my major accomplishments thus far have enriched my life, my family's lives, and those lives that were and still are being touched positively through my work and volunteer efforts. I am fired up by the notion of people empowerment, of individuals being able to make informed decisions, able to think for themselves, being able to know what they need in life and make the necessary efforts to achieve it. One of my philosophies is that every conversation that I engage in, I must endeavor to leave a positive impact or impression on the individual or individuals. I would rather not engage in conversation than for someone to take away from my interaction something negative. And so, being a positive influence on others must become important to all of us. Our purpose, our cause, our goal should shine its light brightly so that those within its rays can be illuminated. As I prepared this presentation, I thought back to some persons in our society that have been champions of change, that have impacted us up to this time, and persons who, though youthful, are making great strides in pursuing what they believe in. I think of the sacrifices that must have been necessary to stay on course to make those changes and accomplishing those goals. Sacrifices that you, students, must think of as you pursue your goals. I reflect on a female politician that some, if not most of you, may not have heard about, who was a pioneer that paved the way for the involvement of women in politics. I speak of Ivy Inez Joshua Nee McQueen, who was born on December 25th, 1924, and died in 1992. She was a female warrior who championed the cause of the working class by successfully organizing workers for strikes that led to improved working conditions. She continually advocated for the working class and ran for elections and won her North Windward electoral district of St. Vincent and the Grenadine seat 6 consecutive times, even though it was said that she was illiterate. She started this work for change at a time when our country was under colonial rule and women's rights were at the bottom of the ladder. Take a look around our country, and I dare say the world, and see the transformation that has taken place where women's involvement in politics is concerned. Erica McIntosh, you may have heard about her, is another woman who is noteworthy. She's a businesswoman. This Vincentian born is well educated, and according to a March 7, 2014 article done on her by Searchlight, having served in various areas where her qualifications were matched, she established Erica Country Style in 1989. This is an agro-processing business that, according to Searchlight, had grown to include 22 different items: hot pepper sauce, green seasoning, dried sorrel, pepper jellies, a whole host of things. It was reported that she marketed her products overseas through trade shows and other events. Her business boasts agents in Barbados, Tortola, New York, Miami, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Germany. A small business. She started as a small business, and she has paved the way for other small businesses of this type to flourish. Principal talk about the importance of embracing certain professions like plumbing and carpentry and so on. Then there is Shane Cadogan, who is a sports ambassador for SVG. Some of you may have heard of him, and has represented the country in swimming at 5 world championships and the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. He graduated from Stanford University with a bachelor's in human biology with a focus on sports and human performance, and is currently pursuing a Master of Business Administration in sports management. He is the team builder and founder of All Athletes, Inc., a non-profit dedicated to supporting Vincentian student athletes, and he currently works as a competition administrator for the governing body of football in the region, CONCACAF. Shane seems single-minded and certainly determined in the pursuit of his dreams. There are other persons, too numerous to mention, some who were educated right here at the North Union Secondary School. Some are here in our midst. Some taught at the North Union Secondary School. Today, Some are principals, director of public prosecution in other countries, police officers, senior, lawyers, medical professionals, business owners, farmers, just to name a few. If we can do it, so can you. If I can do it, so can you. I come from Diamond Village, just up there. If I, a country girl, can achieve, so can you. All of us can. In closing, the words and phrases that for me best place action to the word fearless that I would like students to adopt and carry forward are mental, emotional, and spiritual strength, courageous, resoluteness, accept being unpopular at times, smart and hardworking, committed and limitless. Think on those things. So I need you to spread this word and to continue to feed your mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Miss Joan Ryan. Something that really stood out with me is the fact that she mentioned sacrifices must be made. Sacrifices must be made. Students, in this life, you definitely have to make some sacrifices if you really want to achieve. I should have mentioned these earlier, just a few reminders before we go any further. When the photographers are doing their stuff, we are asking kindly that people should not be blocking the photographers. We are also asking that the entrance should always be cleared for us, please. No eating, no unnecessary movements, and no chewing of gums and attaching chewing gums to the, I know some children like to do that, attach chewing gums to the furnitures. So we are asking for your kind cooperation, please. So especially when the photographers are doing their job, please do not go and block the photographers. Thank you very much. So thank you again, Miss Ryan, for your wonderful words. We'll now invite Mr. K. Garrow, the Deputy Principal, to do a presentation to Miss Ryan. Miss Ryan, we are inviting you back to the, all right in front. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ms. Ryan. On behalf of the graduating class, the students, the principal and staff of the North Union Secondary School, we are grateful to have you for a second time to do this motivational and inspirational presentation, reminding us that you did, you can, and we too can achieve. Reminding us of parental involvement and many other important things that can inspire and encourage the graduating class and the other members of the audience here today. We thank you a lot, and may God continue to bless you and keep you as you continue to impart your service and knowledge to nation building.
As I said, I am one of the older students from North Union. We were the first batch of students to have gone in there. And back then it was the junior secondary school. And so even though it was a new school, we used to be looking at the schools in town as the better schools. But over the years, somebody said something earlier. When you look at the output from students of North Union from 1983 onward, when you see where persons are today, it is really commendable. It's not just about subjects. It's not just about, acquiring a degree. It's about applying yourself to something that you love and doing it well, whatever that might be. So thank you again. I mean, I am always here. The school can call on me. They know that. Anytime for whatever purpose, and I am always willing to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have gotten past one of the most important part of the program. That is where we had all the wonderful speeches, motivational speeches and encouragements. So now we are going forward, and now we are going to do the presentation of subject awards and special prizes. Wait. What is his name again? Subject awards. Now we are going to start with the subject awards, please.
Good morning, everyone. We are going to invite different persons to present the subject awards to our students. So first up, we are going to have the representative from. You hear me now? We're going to have the representative from Zero Hunger Trust Fund, Miss Robertson. And let's invite Roman Rodriguez to come and collect his Agricultural Science Award. Roman, please stay. You're going to collect another award. We invite Chanel Jones. This is also for agricultural science. Mr. Gary, come please. Kejani Gilchrist will be getting the award for biology. Sorry, J. Canny Gilchrist. Mr. Garrett. Ms. Hector Kwashi, can you come to the front first, please? Welcome back. For integrated science, we invite Glenroy Joseph. Caribbean history, we invite Roman back up. And let's have Miss Ronetta Peters-Morris to present. Miss Samuel will be presenting chemistry for Jacani Gilchrist. Miss Samuel is not here, so Miss Hector will do it. We invite Ms. Michelle Spring to present electronic document preparation and management to Tamisha Phillips. Renetta Morris will present English language CSEC to Tierra Ben. Invite Mr. Lewis to present English language CCSLC to Andrew Patrick. Mr. Lewis will also present for Mrs. Richards Lewis, English literature to Tamisha Phillips. Mr. Lewis will also present Family and Resource Management to Tierra Ben. Blake, can you come please? Miss Blake is going to present the food, nutrition and health to Kalia Duncan. Mr. Thomas will be presenting to Carissa Green for geography.
Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods will be presenting Industrial Technology Building to Andrew Patrick. Miss Hector, can you come back again, please? Mr. Humphrey is not here, so Miss Hector is presenting for us. And she is going to present to Glenroy Joseph, Integrated Science, CSEC. I'm sorry, the CSEC has already been gone, so it's Andrew Patrick, Integrated Science for CCSLC. To be done by Miss Barnwell. For mathematics, CSEC, Mr. Woods will present to Carissa Green. Ms. Spring will present to Chaz Warren, Mathematics, CCSLC. Ms. Spring will also present for Office Administration to Roman Rodriguez. Mr. Noel. Mr. Noel will present to Vatisha Pompey for Physical Education and Sports. Ms. Chanel Jones will present to Raquel Walters for Principles of Accounts. Mr. Woods will present to Tierra Ben for Principles of Business. Mrs. Peters Morris will present Social Studies to Roman Rodriguez. Mr. Lewis is going to present to Roman Rodriguez for Spanish. Mr. Gawe, can you come please? I'm not seeing Mr. Lewis. Mr. Woods will present to Dan Jr. Williams for technical drawing. Ms. Spring will present to Leanna Pope for textile, clothing, and fashion. Our valedictorian for 2024 is Roman Rodriguez. And we will have the ministry, Mr. Santos. Sorry, Mr. Santos is going to present this one. Okay, ministry official will do it for us instead. The principal award goes to Tierra Ben, which will be presented by Mr. Santos. We're going to have special awards for agricultural science. We are going to invite Miss Spring. Miss Spring is going to present to Raya Henson and Vatisha Pompey for agricultural science. Can we have the representative from the Zero Hunger? Vatisha, sorry. We also need Vatisha Pompey. Miss Spring, can you come back, please? Miss Richardson is going to present a agricultural science internship prize to Roman Rodriguez and Vatisha Pompey. Roman Rodriguez and Vatisha Pompey will be doing an internship with Zero Hunger during the summer. For Caribbean history, Tamisha Phillips and Tierra Ben, which will be presented I'm sorry, give me a minute. By the ministry representative. Tamisha Phillips, and then Tierra Ben. English language, we have Tamisha Phillips. And there's 3 persons, Tamisha Phillips, Roman Rodriguez, Jacani Gilchrist, to be presented by Ms. Duncan Kwashi. Miss Spring. Miss Spring will present to Sharonique Lewis for food, nutrition, and health. For Spanish, we have Tamisha Phillips, which will be presented by Ms. Duncan Kwashi. Ministry representative will present to Glenroy Joseph for technical drawing. Mrs. Peters Morris will present to Roman Rodriguez for Male Deportment of the Year. Mrs. Jones will present to Kid Jacani Gilchrist for Female Deportment of the Year. Mrs. Peters Morris will present to Daroy McDowell for Dyke Cato Sports Personality Award. Mr. Noel will present to Vatisha Pompey for Female Sports Personality of the Year. Miss Spring will present to Rihanna King for Most Improved Students. Miss Spring will also present to Stanik Mayers, Most Improved Student in English Language, Dolores Duncan Award. Mrs. Peters Morris will present Most Resourceful Student Award to Daroy McDowell. Mrs. Duncan Kwashi will present to Gary Cupid, Mr. Alban Harry Resilience Award to Gary Cupid. Mr. Santos will present to Raya Henson, Most Outstanding the Santos House Athlete. Mr. Santos would also present Nikki, Most Outstanding the Santos House Athletes. Mr. Santos will also present Best 2023 CSEC performer, Janice Billings. Is she here? Billingy, sorry. We are going to have one more award, which is a special award. I'm sorry, the award was already given to the students, which was from Miss Cyrus, her teacher. It was given to her when she got her other awards. Thank you.
I want to recognize Roman Rodriguez. Roman, come here. I want everybody to put their hands together to recognize the contribution of Roman Rodriguez. He got 7 awards, including an internship. Put your hands together for Roman, my brother.
Yes, let us put our hands together again for all those persons who would have received certificates and awards. Did a wonderful job. Yes, at this moment, I would like to invite the principal, Mr. St. Clair de Santos, to come forward, please. Could just stand right there. And also, I'll invite the deputy principal, Mr. Garroway, who is going to do, this is a surprise, he's going to do a presentation to Mr. De Santos, the principal.
Over the years, Mr. De Santos, our esteemed principal, he has been sharing out awards, trophies to everybody except himself. And today is his day. So, on behalf of the staff, the students, the parents of the North Union Secondary School, we are grateful and proud to give Mr. De Santos a token. When you look at the token, it is small compared to the number of years. But what is important is the love and respect and appreciation we have grown for him. And the token is a reminder of all that he has done and all that he has done to shape us, shape the lives of the staff, the students, the community. And he is a man, a giant, one who stands out in the education arena. And we just want to give him this token of our love and appreciation to him as he proceeds on his pre-retirement leave.
I want to thank the staff from the bottom of my heart for this award, and I would like to dedicate this award to my daughter. She is not here. I spoke to her this morning. She is at the University of the West Indies in Keyville, and she would have liked to be here. Also, my wife, she is not here. She is attending another graduation ceremony of a child that we have been taking care of. So this, I'm very thankful for it, and I will cherish this award very much. Thank you very much.
It's wonderful. Yes, at this moment, I would like to invite Roman Rodriguez to do the valedictory speech for us this afternoon.
A pleasant afternoon to everyone in attendance. For those who would have missed it, my name is Roman Rodriguez, and I am the valedictorian for the North Union Secondary School's graduating class of 2024. Finally, we made it. We've reached the finish line. The journey was a long one, but we can now reflect knowing that it is over and would have worked our hardest to get here. Although I did not start my high school journey at NUSS, I can proudly say that it was an honor being able to finish this journey here and being able to see all of you, the graduates, finish it as well. I remember it like it was just yesterday. I came into the school at my lowest, feeling like a failure, and at the realization that I had hit rock bottom. I quickly realized that I was given a second chance to right my wrongs and put my best foot forward. I used my mistakes as a stepping stone and placed myself into the mentality of never giving up. I decided that I was not going to let this chance go to waste, saying to myself, well, the only way to go from rock bottom is up. If I was to tell you that this journey was a smooth one, I would be lying. The perfect comparison would be a roller coaster ride, filled with ups and downs and unexpected twists and turns. The endless amount of assignments and SBAs, long nights burning the midnight oil, and long agriculture classes. Ah boy, them agriculture classes. We would have adapted to these changes and pulled ourselves through those tough times. It wasn't all bad though. The humorous moments and laughter would have lightened the overwhelming mood and provided us with a sense of comfort. During our high school life, we would have learned to adapt to the changes we encountered, whether it be the changes we faced going from lower school to upper school, to the simple changes our bodies threw at us as we got older. We adapted. We learned to put our differences aside and work together to get the job done. We would have learned to play to our strengths and work on our weak areas. But the biggest lesson we would have learned was that hard work always pays off. As I draw closer to the end of my speech, before any other thanks, we must say thanks to the Most High for giving us health and strength and sparing our lives to see the end of this journey. I would like to say heartfelt thanks to everyone, teachers, parents, principal, and even fellow classmates who would have provided not just me, but everyone in the graduating class with the extra push, whether it be by scolding, sanction, or even a simple chat. Thank you for believing in us and believing that we were capable of completing our journey. As we look towards the future, I know we would all have our different plans, agendas, and things we would want to achieve. I would like to encourage all of you to continue pressing towards your goals and continue believing in yourselves. Where one journey ends, another begins. But with God by our sides, we can make it. And remember, no matter how hard things get, the only way to go from rock bottom is up. Thank you.
Yes, let's give him a round of applause again. Wonderful speech by Mr. Rodriguez. Wonderful speech. And I noted well that he did emphasize giving thanks to the Most High and to everybody, and that is wonderful. Right now, there's a spirit of complaining going about. We are complaining too much, and we are not giving thanks for the things that we are do. So that was wonderful of you, Mr. Rodriguez. At this moment, I would like to invite back again the principal, Mr. Sinclair de Santos, to do the distribution of certificates. Mr. de Santos, welcome, please. Also, the form teacher, Mrs. Squashy.
Good morning, everyone. Well, afternoon, sorry. I now present to you the class of 11E1. And so we're about to begin. So just for mention, we have Jameer Brown, who is not here, but we congratulate him same way. First up, Glenroy Joseph. Daroy McDowell. Nathaniel Montague. Raheem Paris. Roman Rodriguez. Jordan Wilkinson. Tierra Ben. Kalia Duncan. Jekani Gilchrist. Caricia Green. Raya Henson. Rihanna King. Sharonique Lewis. Tamisha Phillips. Vatisha Pompey. And Liana Pope. Thank you very much, 11E1.
Pleasant good afternoon to everyone. I present to you the class of 11E2 and 3. We have Jaden Joyles. Jaden Joyles. Hans Nicky. Hans Nicky. Omar Olivier. We have Comfort Olivier. We have Andrew Patrick. Now we have Daniel Roberts because I haven't seen Ronaldo Richards. We have Gary Cupid. Raquel Walters. Charles Warren. Dan Junior Williams. Antoinette Bouye. And Stanley Mayers. Please stand and take your bow, graduating class of 2024. Yes, let's give him a big round of applause. Hip hip!
Yes, yes, keep standing. Let us all stand and give them a round of applause, please. This is just the beginning, but they've come a long way. Yes, let us support them. Let us appreciate them. Wonderful, wonderful. I wish you guys all the best in your future endeavors. Wonderful. Thank you. Keep standing because now is the time for the graduates song. Yes? So the graduates are going to sing their song now at this point in time. You have to sit down?
pain has been my only friend. My fragile heart's been done so wrong. I wondered if I'd ever heal again. Oh, just like all the seasons never stay the same. All around me I can feel a change. Oh, I will break these chains that bind me. Happiness will find me. Leave the past behind me. Today my life begins. A whole new world is waiting. It's mine for the taking. I know I can make it. Today my life begins. Yesterday has come and gone, and I've learned how to leave it where it is. And I see that I was wrong, forever doubting I could win. Oh, just like all the seasons never stay the same. All around me I can feel a change. Oh, I will break these chains that bind me. Happiness will find me. Leave the past behind me. Today my life begins. A whole new world is waiting. It's mine for the taking. I know I can make it. Today my life begins. Life too short to have regrets, so I'm learning now to leave it in the past and try to forget. We only have one life to live, so you better make the best of it. Oh, I will break these chains that bind me. Happiness will find me. Leave the past behind me. Today my life begins. A whole new world is waiting. It's mine for the taking. I know I can make it. Today my life I will break these chains that bind me. Happiness will find me. Leave the past behind me. Today my life begins. A whole new world is waiting. It's mine for the taking. I know I can make it. Today my life begins. Today my life begins.
One, two. Today my life begins. Break those chains. Breaking chains. Wonderful song. Let's give them a round of applause again. Thank you. Before the person comes to do the vote of thanks, which is Mr. Thomas, I just want to take this opportunity to say my part to the graduates. I want to wish you guys all your best in your future endeavor. As your song says, your life begins today. And trust me, it's not going to be an easy one out there. There's a high level of competition. So when you go to college or university, wherever, you have to apply yourselves to the best. Always be mindful of what your parents would have instilled, your teachers, your principal, the deputy, and everybody, and people in your community. Be humble always, be patient, be kind, and carry the Most High with you as you go And when encountered with any difficulty, always be reminded that you should call upon him first. Because when everybody else fails, the Most High will never shun you. He will never condemn you. He will always be your guide and your protection. All right? So all the best to you guys. I will now invite Mr. Thomas to do the vote of thanks, please.
This is save the best for last. So it's not me, it's what I'm going to do. Give thanks. All right. It was Brené Brown, a household name in leadership circles, that said, "What separates privilege from entitlement is gratitude." Today, esteemed guests, staff members, parents, and guardians of graduates, and everyone who has joined us today to celebrate this momentous occasion, on behalf of the North Union Secondary School, staff and administration, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest appreciation to our chairperson, Mr. Kenrick Dabrio, the PTA president, for steering this ceremony with grace and wisdom. Your leadership has been instrumental in making this event a resounding success. We are truly grateful to Mr. Thorpe for leading us in prayer and guiding our reflections with words of wisdom and spirituality. Your invocation has set a profound tone for this auspicious gathering. A special thank you goes to Mrs. Joycelyn Blake Brown, representing the Ministry of Education. Your presence here today underscores the importance of education, and your support means a great deal to us. We also extend our sincere thanks to the Honorable Saboto Caesar for gracing us with your presence and for your ongoing support of education in our community. Your encouragement motivates us to strive for excellence. To our guest speaker, Miss Joan Ryan, we say a profound thank you. Thank you for sharing your valuable insights and expertise with us today. Your engaging presentation was not only inspiring, but also provided us with practical takeaways. We deeply appreciate your time and effort, and we are grateful for the opportunity to learn from you. To our generous donors, Saboto Caesar Honorable, Miss Renita Peters Morris, Miss Sheena Gonsalves James, Mr. Mara Tony, Miss Chanel Jones, Mr. Hupeto Woods, Mr. Kwasi Garraway, Mr. Leroy Fly Edwards, Miss Sharon Brewster, Mr. Letson Jr. Jack, Mrs. Anella Walker, Mrs. Shamika Duncan Kwashi, Mrs. Denisha Hector Kwashi, the family of the late Mr. Alban Henry, Mr. Shanka Dabrio, Mr. Rolando Lewis, Mr. Sean Brown, Kenrick Dabrio, PTA President, Mr. Elkan and Mrs. Kewana Roberts, Miss Rebecca Buchan, Miss Soraya Duncan, Mr. Sigason Toby, Miss Michelle Spring, Miss Dolores Duncan, Swift Print Plus, Zero Hunger Trust Fund, Mr. S. King of Sam's Ice Cream, the pastor of Streams of Power Church, Sanssouci, whose contributions have made a significant impact on our institution and our students, we extend our heartfelt thanks. Your belief in our mission and your generosity have made today possible for many of our graduates. A heartfelt appreciation is also due to the graduation committees. Your dedication, meticulous planning, and countless hours of hard work behind the scenes have ensured that today's ceremony runs smoothly and seamlessly. Today, as we celebrate the achievements of our graduates, we also take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude who have been their pillars of support throughout their educational journey. To all the parents and guardians here today, and those who couldn't join us physically but are here in the spirit, we extend our deepest appreciation. Your unwavering support, sacrifices, and encouragement have played a pivotal role in the successes of our graduates. Last, but certainly not least, to our graduates, congratulations on reaching this milestone. Your hard work, determination, and resilience have brought you to this moment of achievement. We are immensely proud of each and every one of you. In closing, let us cherish the memories of this day and carry forward the spirit of learning, growth, and community that has been celebrated here today. Thank you once again to everyone who has contributed to the success of this graduation ceremony. Your presence and support means the world to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Yes. Now we'll all stand together as we sing the school song. It's on your first page on your leaflet, your program. Hand in hand, we'll move along. Hand in hand, we move along, aiming higher, growing wiser, moving on. We will be strong, happy in each other's company. One for all for one, striving all we can our best to be. Our result will never leave, and in time we'll achieve excellence through unity. Though our part be sometimes great, we'll not waver, we'll not sever. There'll be snags along the way, but we'll strive together cheerfully. In our pledge we know ourselves wholeheartedly, is to sustain and endeavor to maintain excellence through unity. Excellence through unity. Thank you, thank you. It's been a while since I've sing that song. And when we used to reach a part where it says, there'll be snacks along the way, we used to say snacks. That used to be a big joke. Yes. I think now we'll have the announcements.
Yes, once again, we have the announcements for the book loan scheme. Those of you who have not brought back your textbooks, members of the graduating class, please do so, because you know the consequences. The other students will need them when you're gone. On Monday, the 15th of July, the second forms will collect books, and the mathematics department, headed by Cameron Green, will be responsible. On Tuesday, the 16th of July, the Form 3 students will collect books from the book loan scheme. Natural Science Department, headed by Mr. Renson Humphrey, will be responsible. Wednesday, the 17th of July, Wednesday, the 17th of July, the fifth form students, you will return your books. Right? And the business department, Mr. Mr. Dick would be responsible to head that department in collecting the fifth form books. On Thursday, the 18th of July, Form 4 and the Technical and Vocational Department is headed by Miss Blucher, Sophia Blucher, will be collecting books. And remember, the time is from 9 to 12. 9 to 12 o'clock, you have to come on those days. The Form 1 students, we will be doing our registration on the 11th of July for Form 1 students. Those of you who have kids who pass CPA and wants to come to North Union Secondary School, it's the 11th of July, a Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And the social science department would be responsible there. Also, the English and Modern Language department, headed by Mrs. Melissa Richards Lewis, will also assist with the registration of new students from 9 to 12. Orientation for the new students would be on the 27th of August. The 27th of August. These notices would be posted on the school. Tomorrow is the graduate social at Paradise Inn in Spring. So you all would be enjoying yourself. Parents, feel free to send them because there will be teachers there to monitor what is happening. Okay? So that is all for the announcement. Thank you very much. The time? 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning, not a night thing. It's in the morning. Right? So all would swim and enjoy yourself. And there would be persons there to monitor what is happening. Okay? So I hope that you all are going to enjoy yourself. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you everyone for your patience and being part of this graduating ceremony. We'll now take our leave, or the students will leave first, graduating class, and then the dignitaries would follow after, and then everybody else. Thank you. All the best. Have a good day. So students first, dignitaries first. Dignitaries first, then the students. Sorry.
Just work hard for yours. I say, Mama, you know I'll work hard for sure. Now Jaja bless me with the opportunity to fly country to country. Now I could drink champagne when I thirst. Now I could see only thing I never see. They say this hour you'd man so loud. But I thank me for the run the family. Now no bad mind boy they can stop me. On every show I smiling cause trust me. Life is so lovely.